Jay, 7-star tactical. Today we're going to be putting the short barrel on the PS90 now that we have our permission slip from the government and all of the supplies. Let's do that. All right, we're going to attempt to take off the old PS90 barrel shroud and barrel. If I can do this, so can you. So we're going to measure straight across from the existing pinhole on this side. Give it a little spot where we know we want to drill. This is just a 5/64 drill bit from Lowe's. It's the Stinger brand. Probably does not matter what kind you use. This was armor plated and like $4. Now we got a nice little dimple there. Go more straight in. Ooh, break the tip right off the drill. Replace that one with a drill bit from my late father-in-law's collection. Try again. Alright, let's try a third drill bit. That one doesn't really seem to be getting anywhere. Boy, feels like that's quite a way in, and I still am not seeing the supposedly telltale sign of smoke from the pin. So we'll keep going. Yeah, that is straight across from where the pin is supposed to be. Now, grant you, this PS90 I got in, I don't know, somewhere between 2007 and 2010. So it's been shot quite a bit. Oh, look at that. I couldn't see it. There was no smoke, but that pin is coming out now and I'm tapping. So go in far enough, I guess, and you can get this sucker out. Oh, there it goes. Cool. Check that out. Whee, right through. Awesome. Alright, now we've got our crowfoot wrench on our torque wrench. Then we're going to try to break this free. P90s are righty-loosey. God bless. Oh. There we go. Oh, still can't quite do it by hand, but somehow this is spinning. Shouldn't be, it should get caught on the receiver. Oh, interesting. So the flash hider is spinning. What the friggity do, man? So the flash hider is spinning independently from the barrel shroud on mine. That's interesting. Boy, that flash hider just really wants to turn. Alright, what it's doing is, if I turn this to the right, it's locking the whole thing down because the flash hider is wanting to screw on. So we're going to have to turn that back to the left, because it's taking all the play out of the barrel. Now see, the flash hider is turning. The shroud is not. But the flash hider seems to be screwed on independently of the barrel here. Plan B. All right, now you're gonna come off. I put a heat glove on to touch the barrel because I'm assuming it's friggin' hot. Now can we unscrew this thing? There we go. There we go. So now we've got that off. Yeah, still got some threads left. Man, that's annoying. Yeah, that looks like the flash suppressor broke on the inside here. So where I was trying to unscrew it, just didn't want to unscrew because it had kind of snapped. That's fun. Well, that's garbage. Now at some point, I plan to have this barrel cut down and rethreaded so that it can be reused because it's chrome lined, right? So that's cool. And why waste a good barrel, right? When you can just get the end rethreaded. So we've got our cmmg 10.4 inch PS90 barrel. And we've got this wooden dowel because I don't want to mess up the springs. So we're going to kind of pull this out and replace it with a wooden dowel, hopefully. Ish. Getting the spring there, buddy. Look at that, that's working. Alright, so I'm just working the wooden dowel in as I'm pulling the barrel out. Get in there. And there we go. So what I did was just buy a really long wooden dowel. You can see this is a 7/16 by 48 inches. You don't need 48 inches. I cut it down to like, I think it was 14, just to make sure I had extra on either side here. And so now we've pulled out the old barrel. Yay! Set that aside. Now let's take out the new barrel. Oh, pretty. So there's the cmmg one. And now we're just going to do the exact reverse of what we just did. So we'll just take this, push it behind the wooden dowel. Come on. Ugh. There's a very tight fit at the end here. It's a very small hole. You got to make sure it's lined up perfectly to get it in there. And you can kind of use the old, or the, I'm sorry, you can kind of use the new barrel to push the dowel out. I could not push the old barrel out with the dowel because it just didn't want to work that way, but this reverse way works better. You can see the spring wants to jank a little bit there, but boom, there we go. Now you don't want to let this spring come off the end. Push that back in. There's your dowel. You can save that for use later or set it on fire, shoot it, whatever you want to do. Alright, now we've got the cmmg thread adapter. See if I can start that just a little bit before we have to push it in. Alright, remember lefty tighty. Alright, that's as much as I can do before it starts hitting the receivers, so push in on that spring. First of all, make sure this is set right. Alright. Now what I've read is that you want 30 foot-pounds. We'll see. So I'm going to set that to 30 foot-pounds, lock that. Push in on this. I might have to move this. I'm going to start whacking stuff. Move this so I have some room to move the wrench. Alright. Make sure that's lined up correctly. Push that in. And start lefty tidying this. Or let it fall off because you're a big dummy. Get on there. Alright, there's 30 foot-pounds, but there is no play right now, and we don't want that, so what we're going to do is back it off just a little bit. So that we've, wow, a very, very little bit. That seems like it's it. There we go. Still got the barrel play. Still got all the springs in place. Takedown button works. Barrel wiggles just a tiny bit back and forth. Here's our chamber. It's our threaded barrel now. Now I got the Silencer Co. single port brake for this because I'm going to be using their system because I have two Silencer Co. suppressors. Alright, so we've got the barrel on and I put on the flash hider and it's mostly timed correctly. You know, the barrel turns a little bit, so it's hard to figure correctly, but for now it's good. It's not rock set on. I haven't sighted in the Holosun yet. This is the first time out with it. So we're just going to see if the barrel works. I've got 50 rounds of that terrible AE 57, so if that didn't work when it had a longer barrel, it might not work on this one, but I've got some blue tip FN stuff too, so let's try a couple rounds out, make sure the barrel works. That did not chamber. Now it's chambered. We'll see. All right, here we go. It shot. Will it shoot again? It's actually close to on because I hit that tiny little gnome over there. Seems to be working okay. Ah, that really makes some fire out of the end of this short barrel. All right. We're going to call the barrel install a success. We're going to save this ammo for when we get the suppressor in. Got a Silencer Co. Velos coming in. I suppose I could test it on my Silencer Co. Omega 32, but yeah, it works. Yeah, this is my plate carrier for my P90. So I've got P90 magazine carriers. We've got the Stargate style harness attached to the plate carrier, so it just goes on with the plate carrier, so you don't have to mess with anything. This is pretty handy because it just comes up into your shoulder and it just hangs there with a short barrel. It's not whacking you or anything, it's just out of the way. Stargate. That's it, just a video of me installing the new barrel and testing it out. So we'll do some other stuff to this and we'll get back to you. But it works for now, and that's awesome.